Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Hina. And you're looking at my backyard. We had our first snow in in early November, and we all know what that means. Yes, the winter is coming. But on the positive note, the Christmas is also coming. So in this video, I want to talk about Christmas harbingers. To be precise, the things that remind us that Christmas is around the corner. And we might need to touch on their history too, which I am excited about. So let's get out of the house and see what's out there. Let's go. Number 1. Advent calendars. In modern days, it is not that hard to count down days till Christmas thanks to smartphones and calendars. But what about in the old days when there weren't smartphones and paper was too expensive and calendars were hard to come by? People still didn't want to miss Christmas. An advent calendar is a special calendar used to count down the days until Christmas. It typically starts on December the 1st. So if you don't have one, maybe you should go ahead and get one. It features 24 or 25 small doors, windows or compartments, each hiding a daily surprise like a chocolate, toy, or messages as the holiday approaches. Many are wondering if it's a Catholic tradition, but it is not. It's a quintessentially Protestant thing. Originally, it was used by German Lutherans in the 19th century. Lutheran families wanted a way to help children count down to Christmas. These traditions included making chalk marks on doors on the calendar for each day. The first printed Advent calendar was created in the year of 1908 by a German printer, please excuse my accent, named Gerhard Lang, who was inspired by his mother's homemade version. Tradition became more popularized in America after a photo of President Eisenhower, who was a German descendant, with his grandchildren holding an advent calendar, was published in the 1950s. Today is now a popular tradition worldwide, not only for children but also for adults. I wonder how many doors left on your advent calendar now. Number 2. Hot chocolate. The origin of hot chocolate can be traced back to ancient Mesoamerican civilization, such as Olmec and Maya. They drank cold, bitter chocolate drink made from ground cocoa beans mixed with water and spices. The sweetened version of hot chocolate that we now know of was developed in Europe after having been introduced by the Spanish in the 16th century. But why do we associate it with Christmas? Probably for an obvious reason. We strongly associate it with Christmas because it's been considered a symbol of warmth, luxury, and indulgence. As we all know, hot chocolate provides a sense of warmth and coziness ideal for the winter weather during the holidays. Then, since when hot chocolate have been part of Christmas? Many believe it was from the 19th century when chocolate turned from a luxury for the wealthy into a more accessible treat suitable for holidays. Even as it became more common, chocolate still retained its association with luxury and special occasions. Then what is the best way to enjoy it during Christmas season? Top it up with whipped cream or marshmallows. Add some spices like cinnamon or sprinkle almond flakes. And if you want to enjoy it in a Mesoamerican way, leave out sugar, instead add cayenne or chili powder to your bitter hot chocolate. Number 3, Christmas pudding or plum pudding. A Christmas pudding or plum pudding is a traditional British steamed dessert. It is rich, moist, and boozy. Yes, you heard it right, boozy, which we'll get into a few minutes later. Because of its other name, plum pudding, some might think a Christmas pudding may contain plums. Yes, it may, but in the Victorian era, plums just meant any type of dried fruits, and a plum pudding may contain more than just one type of fruits. Christmas puddings are traditionally made on Stir-Up Sunday. Stir-Up Sunday means the 5th Sunday before Christmas. In other words, you should start cooking it up about 5 weeks prior to Christmas. If you are planning on it, maybe you want to get on with it now. In Charles Dickens' famous novel Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge famously says, "Every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart." Oh, that was really cold of him. Now some of you might be wondering how it's made in Dickens' days, the period we famously put as Victorian era. And this is how it's done. Mix pudding mixture, which is rich in dried fruits, suet, breadcrumbs, spices, and rum or brandy into greased pudding basin. Wrap the whole basin with the dough in it with a pudding cloth. Boil it for 4 to 8 hours. Once it's cooked, remove it from the boiling water and store it at a cool temperature until Christmas Day. Okay, then what do we do on Christmas? We boil the chilled pudding for an hour before serving on the dinner table. And then how do we eat it? First, remove the garnish set on top of it. If it's holy berries, you don't want to eat them since they are poisonous, not to speak of artificial ones. Drizzle bread and make a little moat around the pudding and light the fire. Enjoy watching the fire for a few seconds and snuff it up. You don't want to burn the fruits in it. And children, do not attempt this. Now it's ready for you to enjoy. Bon appetit! Number 4, Christmas cards. Christmas cards are notably Victorian invention. The first Christmas card that was ever sent was by Sir Henry Cole back in the year of 1843. He commissioned artist John Colcott Horsley to create a card because he was way too busy to write individual letters. This card included the printed greeting, a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. The cards were sold for 1 shilling each, but the image of children drinking wine is one design sparked criticism. Now you might wonder how people shared Christmas wishes before this. It was very simple. They took a piece of paper and wrote, and then they folded the paper in the shape of an envelope. And that was it. The idea of sending cards quickly spread and they became popular in the late hundreds, particularly after printing methods improved. Christmas cards gained popularity in US in early 1900s. Louis Prang is credited with producing the first commercial cards in the US. Number 5. Eggnog. Eggnog is rich, chilled, custard-based holiday drink made from milk, cream, sugar, and whipped eggs, typically flavored with nutmeg and occasionally alcohol. It is originated from the medieval European posset. Then what is a posset? You might have heard of lemon posset as a modern dessert. Lemon posset is a classic British dessert that is a creamy, rich, yet light lemon-flavored pudding. But what you're talking about here goes way further back to medieval era. It was a warm mixture of milk or cream curdled with ale or wine. The word eggnog is also a combination of egg and nog, which means egg and beer. Then how did it evolve to the modern-day eggnog? The drink's popularity slightly died away in Britain because milk, eggs, and spirits like sherry or brandy were expensive, but surged in American colonies in the 18th century. In America, an abundance of farms meant milk and eggs were readily available and inexpensive. But since spirits were heavily taxed in the colonies, people substitute them with inexpensive and easily accessible rum from the Caribbean. George Washington's eggnog recipe is pretty much well known. His recipe is considered quite strong and make a large batch. But according to historians, the link between Washington and the recipe is a little bit murky. Anyway, in America, eggnog became accessible to a wider range of people. Over time, the drink evolved into the rich, creamy, and often chilled beverage we know today. The warming spices and high-calorie content naturally tied it to winter celebration. If you are living in North America, you can easily get eggnog in any local stores. Enjoy! Number 6. Gingerbread House. Are you familiar with Grimm Brothers' fairy tale Hansel and Gretel? In that story, these two siblings abandoned in a forest and fell into the hands of an evil witch. This house is a central element of this particular fairy tale. The original 1812 version describes a house of bread and cakes with sugar, windows, but later changed to a gingerbread house. In order to understand what a gingerbread house is, we need to know what gingerbread is. Gingerbread, Pfefferkuchen in German, is a type of baked goods, typically flavored with ginger cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon, and sweetened with honey, sugar, or molasses. In the 16th century, the first gingerbread houses were created by German bakers, often decorated with foil and golden leaf, which were associated with religious ceremonies. And in the 19th century, they gained significant popularity. This popularity spread to America as German immigrants brought the tradition, where it became a sensational holiday custom. That has been 6 different things that remind me of the season to be jolly. All of them are easy to get at the local stores now, even when Christmas is a full month away. Christmas is a meaningful season for me, not necessarily because it is a festive holiday, but because it is the time when we finally understood the lesson that the hard work we put in the whole year wasn't only for our financial gains, but also to share with others. And I believe these 6 things that we discussed today might be some of the greatest items we can share with our loved ones. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.